Sorry, it's my first tech review. I'm a little nervous. Please bear with me. Now that we got that out of the way, the Turtle Beach Elite Atlas Aero wireless headset for Windows 10. I've been wearing these for about a week now. My thoughts. So, basically what this is going to come down to, they're $150 right now. You can find them, I believe, on Amazon, $150, Best Buy, all that stuff. Are they worth that? Are they good for gaming? Are they the same Turtle Beaches of years past that people love to criticize, love to hate? Let's find out. First and foremost, we're going to go into specs. So, what we're looking at here, obviously, these are going to work best with Windows 10. They're a Windows 10 headphone. The reason they work best with Windows 10 is because they have a software, which we'll get into down the line as this video progresses. The software is only on Windows 10, so you can plug these into console, Nintendo Switch, PS4 Pro, all that stuff, and they'll work fine, but you're not going to be getting the most out of them. That's very key to know. So I think that if you're going to go console, there's probably better options that are cheaper, that are more optimized for console. So we got the same frequency response range, you know, par for the course, Turtle Beach. These 50mm nano clear speakers, I'm pretty sure these have been there for a few generations now. Okay. The microphone, ladies and gentlemen, is worth talking about. This thing is detachable. So that's that. It's got a cool little look to it. How it plugs in, we'll also give you a nice look at the headphones while we do this. It plugs in one way. You can't twist it around. Okay, so when you plug it in, it's got to go in one way. Get it in there all the way. Bendy. Bends around. You can put it where you want it. If you're drinking on the drink, you can kind of keep it out of the way. Very key for me because I'm always sipping on something. Very important. So look and feel these headphones while I'm showing them to you. Here's a nice view of what we got. They're slick. There's the headband. They're not bad. Okay. I like the all black. They're not overly gamery. We got a bunch of switches on the back here that I'll go over a little bit later. Let's finish up these specs though. So, ear cushions. These are closed back headphones. So what that means is there's going to be noise isolation. It's going to be hard to hear people talking around you in the same room. The doorbell rings. It's an important package. You might miss it. You might. Because you're playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare, not getting any kills, and then raging out. Next thing you know, you miss the doorbell, and the wife hates you forever. That's probably a situation that might happen with these. But in all seriousness, if you're a streamer and you're looking for that noise isolation, because you're talking, that'll help. I've streamed with both closed back and open back headphones. There's advantages and disadvantages of both. All right, so moving on. It comes with a little wireless USB transmitter dongle that you plug into your PC. Download the software. It's very key. Rest in peace, bag. For October. Get it, girl. Yeah, so you're going to want to download that software, which I'll show you guys in a little bit, to make these run to their full potential. It's very important. Okay. It does come with a 3.5mm headphone jack. That's a real thing. So if you want to plug these into your phone, they'll work. If you want to plug them into a PlayStation controller, pretty sure they'll work. It's got this cool little switch on here. I guess that's volume up, volume down. Probably a mute mic button. I don't know. I'll never use this. I got these specifically because they're wireless. Alright, so moving on. The build quality. The build quality of these suckers is probably a little under the $150 value, if I had to say. Certainly, probably a little bit. They're plastic. Plastic. Breathable earphone cushions. I mean, they're not breathable. They actually get kind of hot. But they're designed to keep you cool. Okay? These things are designed, they have like a gel in them. They're designed to keep you a little bit cooler. And they work. They're going to keep you cooler than other ear cups like this. But they're not going to keep you as cool as, say, a pair of open back headphones. Where literally they're open. There's airflow that goes through them. I mean, it's not going to keep heat in. It's not, and that's not Turtle Beach's fault. That's the form factor, 100%. That's what it's going to keep heat in. That's what it does. So it's not really a negative on their end. So build quality, we got plastic. Up here, it's a metally substance. It looks nice, feels nice. It's sort of metal, I think. I don't know. I think these will last a decent amount of time, but ultimately, I think that what they're trying to do here is strike the balance between them, being durable but being light, because light headphones are a major must, especially when you're streaming for hours and hours. You don't want your ears falling off, crap like that. That'd be awful. So now we're gonna move into sound quality. So this is the elephant in the room. Turtle Beach has been criticized by audiophiles for years, I think, for being overpriced with what some might say is, you're not getting your money's worth with the sound, with the drivers. This is a headphone that's gonna, well, at least the old school Turtle Beaches, they were a headphone that's gonna appeal to your general public who just wants bass all over everything. Same type of people that order a pancake and put the whole damn bottle of syrup all over it because they need that bass. You know what I mean? And that's good. It's got a good initial impact when your headphones are like that, but you lose a lot of the detail. And once you spend time with headphones that preserve a ton of detail like that, really focus on the treble, maintaining all the detail throughout the entire soundstage, you're gonna realize what you were missing. Now, that being said, the Elite Atlas Aero, this is an extremely respectable attempt by Turtle Beach to get closer to that level of audio quality. I truly believe that. These have really good sound, especially for being wireless. The EQ is very balanced. They come across as a little bit less bassy, a little bit more detail oriented, and that's a good thing. And don't get me wrong, if you want the bass, if you're a bass head, you can put on the bass boost, you can mess with the EQ, the lower frequencies, and you can bass these up, and you'll be plenty happy with them. 100% plenty happy. So the sound, also the soundstage. Being a closed back headphone, the soundstage is going to be automatically limited just because of the form factor. Hey, give me that bag. Crazy animal. But with these, there's a little bit of a wider soundstage. A little bit wider. They're not going to compete with your open back headphones in terms of soundstage. But the trade-off is going to be probably better bass, better noise isolation, better immersion, if you're in an area that has a lot of ambient noise around you. So that's good. It's a little bit easier to pinpoint where gunshots are coming from. And that's not all just the soundstage. It's a little bit of the software too. So what we're going to get into now is the microphone. I don't use this mic too much. I don't play a ton of games with other people at all. But when I have, people have definitely noticed an increase in microphone quality. Jeez, cats. Cats are crazy today. Yeah, so it does its job. It does have a noise gate on it. Stuff like that. There's some features within the software, which I'll show you guys in a second. So that's all good stuff. This is definitely an upgrade over your typical gaming mic. It's gonna be better than that. Definitely. And this is, I believe, Turtle Beach's top of the line headset microphone anyway. They put a lot into this one. This is their flagship, so to speak. So moving on, what we got next? We're gonna go into software. So I'll show you guys what we're dealing with on the software end. So this is what their software suite looks like. You have to make sure you download this if you get these headphones. This is what drives the car. So you can't just buy the car and not drive it and have it sit there, because then it's just not useful. It's a waste of time. So what we got here, this is the dashboard. We have any of these things that you're free to customize. Luckily, it's not as complex as some other audio software things I've seen. So if you're new to this kind of thing, you can pick this up pretty quickly. It's all pretty simple. Everything has its space. There's not a lot of clutter around here. We got game treble boost, which really enhances the detail. We have game bass boost, which really enhances the boom, you know. Game dialogue level. What that's going to do is when characters are talking, it's going to boost, you know, their words so that you hear them more clearly over the atmosphere, which can also come in handy with movies too. You have the game chat mix. You have all these microphone settings here. We have microphone volume, obviously, noise gate threshold. So maybe you can cut out a little bit of your keyboard typing by changing that threshold. And variable mic monitoring. How much of you do you want to hear when you're talking? Some of us like to hear ourselves talk. Some of us hate it. That option satisfies both people. Now this 3D audio, this NX sound. Okay, let's see if this is on the specs page. Waves NX 3D audio. What is this? This has been coming on in the past year or so. You're seeing this in more and more headphones. Delivers an immersive 3D audio experience by providing pinpoint location accuracy and lifelike sound, enabling gamers to be inside the game by creating real-world sounds in a virtual space. Waves NX 3D audio surrounds the gamer in a natural environment, creating more accurate spatial scenes so they can easily pick out important sounds to help them win. And let me just tell you guys, it works. It works. It's very... So there's always a debate with the headphone game in gamings, whether to go with surround sound or traditional stereo, because most headphones are actually stereo. You have 2 drivers in there. That's it. 2 drivers, 2 speakers, stereo. So anything that claims that it's surround that doesn't have more than 2 drivers, that's going to be a simulated version of surround. And some of them are good, some of them are not so good. This one's one of the better ones that I've tried. I like Sound Blaster 7.1 as well, but this one's very convincing. And you just know where things are coming from when you hear them. It's not one of those things where you have to move your character around as you're hearing the noise to pinpoint it. If you're just laying prone in a field and you hear someone coming up, you know where they're coming from. That's really important. That's really good. Okay. Now, we have the game spatializer, which really should be off in favor of the 3D audio. You have to choose one. You have to choose one. And with the 3D audio, you have the game preset, the movie, and the music preset. Okay. So the game spatializer has that traditional simulated surround sound where it sounds like you're in a tin can or something. It's kind of echoey. Just like that. So the 3D audio is definitely a step up from that. I leave it on game. Audio settings. We have a simple EQ here. And what's really cool about this EQ, if you guys can see, on the frequency levels, Turtle Beach knows that not everyone knows what an EQ is or how to mess with it. It tells us what frequency levels control what thing in game. So at the very lowest, we have rumble, we have explosions, and car engine. If you want to hear less of that stuff, you turn it down. If you want to hear more of that stuff, boost it up, go right ahead. The 2K and 4K range, that's going to be vocals, and the very top is going to be wind and leaves. All right, which the footsteps in games are probably anything above 500K. You're going to want to boost to hear footsteps if you want to do custom EQ. But the beautiful thing about this software, goes back to dashboard, is the superhuman hearing. You don't need to EQ with this. When you turn it on, you could probably just leave it on legacy. What that's going to do, if you're looking for that competitive advantage, it's going to take away all the bass, all the rumbling, all the things that are going to clutter out the important information you need to hear to win. People that don't understand what superhuman hearing is supposed to be don't like it at first because it sounds like crap. It sounds like crap. It really does. If you're not used to that sound, you're going to say, what, like, are these broken? Like, I've heard stories of people literally thinking that their headphones are broken because of the sound of superhuman hearing. It sounds ultra flat. There's no substance to it, but you can hear every little trebly detail, like a footstep, like someone reloading a weapon, that kind of stuff. You can hear a lot farther out in games like PUBG. I love PUBG. Superhuman hearing is key to that game. Very key, having that on. Because you can hear footsteps from a mile away. You can kind of pinpoint what building they're in, sometimes even what room they're in. And that's very important if you're willing to take the sacrifice of sound quality. That's always going to be a thing. When you're playing games, you're going to want to adjust these depending on the game you're playing. If you're playing The Witcher 3, you're going to want to mess with things like bass boost, stuff like that to get that immersion. If you're playing a game like PUBG, Modern Warfare, you're going to want superhuman hearing on. You're going to want to sacrifice that sound quality and that immersion to hear the footsteps and get that competitive advantage. So you have to take one or the other pretty much. That's just how audio works. I've yet to see a viable solution that maintains both of them at an elite level. So that's that. Next we're just going to talk about the gaming experience. So gaming with these, first and foremost, they're wireless. So there's something really satisfying about not being tethered to the desk. Something really really cool about it. So if you just want to go, fill up your drink, do whatever, you can just leave the headset on. Walk around like a weirdo. You walk by your girlfriend, she goes, "Hey," and you just keep walking because you can't hear her. Stuff like that. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. Happy wife, happy life. Please don't do that. But you know what I mean? You can just go anywhere. And if you have the mic on and you're chatting with someone in game and you have to take a break, I've actually streamed with people who take a break to go get a drink or vape or do something like that, and they leave the headset on and talk to me while they're doing it on stream because they have the mic with them. They're mobile. That's an advantage of a headset. These have a decent range to them. You're probably not going outside with these. You're probably staying in the house, that kind of thing. If you're going outside, the room is probably close to outside. You'll have to mess around with that with you, and mileage may vary depending on walls in the house, stuff like that. So let's speed this up here. These little dials back here on the back of the headphone. Let's get into that. These little buttons. Got volume for headset and mic. Button here. Power button. Charging, we got 30. Essentially, there's 24 hours in the day, and these last for 30. One charge per day, you're good to go. Okay, one charge per day. We got the ports for the microphone and the audio jack. Good to go. Two of these buttons, the superhuman hearing one of these volume dials, are customizable within the software to do whatever you want. You'll see that in the bottom left corner under where it says Elite Atlas Aero, variable mic monitoring and superhuman hearing. Boom, good to go. You can turn that into any of these options. Okay, we got game chat mix, bass boost, dialogue level. Also, it goes to say, it's worth saying, when I'm saying it, that you can macro any of this stuff to your keyboard. Any of these options here, if you want to change them on the fly, depending on the game you're playing or whatever, you can assign a keyboard press to any of these options and change it without even going into the software. You can fire the software up, minimize it, you're good to go for your entire gaming, movie watching, dancing session, whatever you want to do in life. We won't judge. Okay, so last we're going to finish up with value. Are these worth $150? Value is a complicated subject. It's not as simple as saying something like these are worth it, go buy it. It depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for music, if you're a huge music buff and you're going to invest $150 in a headset and you just want to listen to music, you're probably better off getting something cheaper that's maybe open back studio grade and maybe like some sort of amplifier. That's probably going to do the music more justice. That's just me. That's my opinion. If you're in it for gaming, the software, the superhuman hearing, the mic, that total package is totally worth it to me. And this is a much better value than Turtle Beach's in years past. If you look back at the Elite Pros, you're spending to get the tactical audio controller and the headphones, that's a $300 package. This is half that, and you have better software, better sound, and a better mic. All that. And it's a better gaming experience, 100%. Not to mention they're wireless, and they're not any heavier. They're definitely more comfortable. I did notice with comfort that they're good at first. They will get a little bit hot over time. Definitely, just like any headphone. And with me, I have a big noggin. I have a big head. They will, especially when I'm wearing a hat, they will press in over time. But these are only a week old, so over time I expect, over the coming weeks, that to loosen up a little bit and not hurt my ears. That's just par for the course with headphones. But overall, it's not an uncomfortable headphone. I've worn more comfortable headphones that are a lot lighter, particularly the open backs, because they're not closed back plastic and metal and stuff like that. They're very light and airy, but these aren't bad. I mean, if you're worried about comfort, don't be worried about comfort with these, because you've probably worn headphones that are a lot less comfortable than this in your life, 100%. Those are worth $150. If you're a gamer, if you're willing to spend $150 on a headphone, not much more, go with these guys. I would certainly say that. If you're looking for just music, there's probably other options out there. And you shouldn't be looking for a gaming headphone anyway, because if you're looking for true audiophile music headphones, there's headphones for that are gonna just destroy most gaming headphones just in sound quality, as long as you have the proper setup. If you're spending this kind of money, the why is very important. But the added bonus, the negative of a lot of those audiophile studio headphones is no mic. So that's going to be the two differentiations between, is that a word? I think I just made a new word. We'll go with it. The two things that set gaming headsets and music headsets apart is going to be the gaming software and EQs with the digital surround sound and all that stuff, and the mics. As well as like an added thing in there, give or take it, positive, negative, would be the visuals, the aesthetic. So, which they're pretty conservative. So that's good for most people. And I like wearing these on stream because they're all black, looks cool. And they're wireless. So that's going to wrap up this. I have a bunch more headphones that I can review. I have Sennheiser HD6XX, open back audio grade headphones. Okay. We have the AKG K7XX we can review. We have some hi-fi mans. We got amps. So look for more tech reviews in the future. Please, essentially, just give me a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. If you like this stuff, if you want more content like this, please do that. If you think this was horrible, please don't. But you can leave a comment and trash talk me. That's fine. I'll probably just glare at it for a minute. Feel sad. Also, if you want to catch me live, being all crazy, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/bushwhack18. It should be on my YouTube page in the description of this as well. Thanks for the sub, Mikey. See, people listen. Right what I'm saying. Right when I'm recording. Amazing. I didn't even put the video out yet. All right. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you live over on Twitch. We'll even do some tech reviews live sometimes. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. And everyone, see you soon.